What up? Okay, so this first video is going to be kind of a little three-part thing about how do you stand out. When you're meeting people, how do you stand out to um, basically be attractive? Like, how are you attractive to the world? Again, this is about building a network. When you're building a network, you always want to know somebody who could do something. If you're, again, I gave the example of trying to be a pro ball player. What happens if you get stuck on the side of a road somewhere? Do you have somebody who you know that would be a mechanic that can help fix your car just because he knows you, he likes you? Do you have somebody in your network that can give you a ride? Do you have somebody in your network that might have a little bit of money that's like, yeah, man, whatever you need? It's important to have a group around your vision. You're not going to be able to do it alone, otherwise it's probably not big enough. You have to reach a point where I've done everything I possibly can, and it's just an element of faith and friends that'll get you there to the next step. So I've told you I believe there was three things that you can really do to help build your network, and in order to stand out. The first thing is have peace. Second thing is have amazing relationships, and the third thing is to have amazing character. So this one's going to be focusing on peace. The reason why peace stands, well, I'm going to backtrack a little bit. Peace is a very, very, very big business. How to stop worrying and start living type of stuff. There's a whole bunch of self-help sections, and all that stuff's great. Um, but a lot of the times, the peace that we have is kind of fostered. It might be, having a fake community with Facebook and stuff like that, and we're promoting our lives, say, on Facebook and Instagram and Twitter, posting these pictures of us having fun, like, yeah! When really, why are we posing for the picture? Why aren't we just having fun? It's one thing if we're, if somebody just happened to take it and we didn't know and we're actually enjoying the moment. But even then, typically it gets posted when you're bored on the toilet or something like that, and you just want to show the world that you had a good time and look how awesome my life is. When you're alone in a bathroom, and it kind of makes our lives look way, way better and more of a party than they really are, because that's all people get the impression of. Like, they see you partying on a beach somewhere, and that's what they think about all day is like, man, Ashley's life is so cool. When that was maybe, a couple hours, and then the rest of it's just kind of same old like everybody else. Peace is one of those things where there's pills. People have antidepressant pills to give people a peace, and it goes on and on. But genuine peace is so attractive to people. A genuine sense of joy. Like, you didn't need any chemical, you didn't need anything except for, it's all good. I feel good. That when you ask somebody what they want, chances are 90% of them are going to say some form of, I just want to be happy. I don't care what I have, whatever it is, I just want to be happy. And oftentimes they chase the wrong thing. They'll chase the event, or they'll chase the short-term pleasures, or they'll chase the whatever. And if you're chasing short-term pleasures, they're going to find out very quickly that you're going to be in bondage to them later. So they're looking for peace out of the bondage that they just put themselves in because of the choices they made in life. If it's maybe an event, like, I want to be an Olympian, no doubt, I'm sure being an Olympian's awesome, calling yourself an Olympian's awesome, but I promise you, it's not that sexy once you become it. It's kind of like, okay, I'm here. And when you get to the top of the mountain, it's windy. Bottom line, it's not comfortable at the top of the mountain. It's not easy maintaining the status of being an Olympian. They're there hours and hours and hours. And again, that's not to put any of that stuff down. It's super honorable. Anything in life is going to be like that. If you put all your hope and joy into that one thing, it's going to be a letdown. And that's the best way I could put it. People, especially at our age, when we start accomplishing some things, we start making some money, we start doing things that we've always wanted to set out to do. Man, I want to live on my own. I want to live in the city. I want to do this and that and this and that. Once we get there, it doesn't even feel real almost. It's just kind of like, okay, this is normal. We might be excited for it a little bit, but the excitement actually is a lot more fun than the actual event happening itself, because we still have this hope of peace, and once we get the actual thing, that hope is kind of gone, and it's like, well, I guess I feel pretty good, but you want more, and you want more, and you want more. The sense of having peace is so important and so attractive, and I would argue it's almost more attractive than the vision that you have itself. The vision that you have itself, this is speaking directly to me again, I'm teaching myself, the vision that I have myself directly affects people. That's my goal. Without any sort of, the vision has to revolve around people. It has to revolve around making an impact on the world. It has to revolve around blessing others' lives. Well, building a network directly affects people, right? And having peace on your journey is going to directly affect people along the way. And if on one hand I'm affecting and blessing people, and my vision is about affecting and blessing people, then I can't forget the main thing and leave it the main thing, people. I have to make sure that I'm blessing the people. How do I bless the people? I'd be a phenomenal example of this is what it's like to chase your dream with a sense of peace and joy and at rest. And it doesn't mean that, it doesn't mean I'm not sleep deprived. It means I don't have to worry. I feel my soul's well rested. I'm like, I can breathe a sigh of relief every night. Be like, all right, next day, and I can actually be excited for the next day and not stressed out and have my stomach and knots, worried about the next day. And people long for that. People want that. Me being able to be an example for somebody, if I'm at total peace, they're going to wonder, what did you do? How did you do that? I want to get around that. I want to be part of that. I want to know what Steve knows in order to live a life of, because he's happy now. And he can be happy plus accomplishing. That's even better. All I wanted to be was a simple act of happiness. And that's part one of how you build a network, is you just tap in my opinion, and again, this is me teaching me. It's never forgetting who made you. Don't worry, you can't control the stuff you can control. Stop worrying and thinking about how good or bad you are. It's how good the one that made you is, and just keep it a constant focus. Instead of asking how, you ask who. God, connect the dots for me. God, connect the dots for me. Who can you put in my life to help me with this? Connect the dots for me. And constantly focusing on the who and the what, which is Jesus and Jesus and Jesus, and in my opinion, that's how you do it. So